think it's time that we get started on this. The boys are actually going to be coming over in 2 days, and we're all going to be working on it together to get a ton of work done on just taking the car apart and getting the engine ready to take out. Actually, when they're here, we're planning on getting it out. But today, my dad and I had some free time, so we're going to be starting here. We're going to be first pulling the intercooler off. Right now, what I've done already is I removed a bolt here and a bolt here, and then I loosened up the bolts on the blow-off valve. So, important things about this process, you want to make sure you have little baggies and tape to label everything that you have, so that when taking it all out, then you'll know what goes to what, and when you put it all back together, it's going to be a lot easier. So make sure you label everything that you take off. So just disconnected all the bolts here and got the hoses disconnected for this piece here off the intercooler. So sweet. So next we have to get to a couple bolts that are behind here and then go to these ones over here also. Alright, so the intercooler is now out of the engine bay, I guess. Just a couple extra bolts that we're holding on to the butt. So here's the intercooler out of the car. It's actually pretty small, like maybe 2 hands wide, 2.5. We just had to kind of wiggle it around to get this hose off from. It's connected right onto here. So we just had to keep moving it around, jostle it around a little bit to get it disconnected. And now it's out. What's up, guys? So we're back for day 2 of getting my engine pulled out of my car. Sorry about day 1, it was kind of not a lot of clips. I was actually really exhausted because I just got out of work, and then we decided to try to work on my car. So I wanted to give you guys a full recap of what we got done that day. So as you can see, we got the intercooler off, which was just a couple bolts right over here, and then there was actually a connecting arm that connected right here, I believe, and went up to over here. And that held in the intercooler right there. And then we had to disconnect the blow-off valve, which connected right to the front, disconnect this tube that went into the intercooler, and the one down here that came up. So that's all that piece. And then we also just loosened up a bunch of these cables. So we moved a bunch of these, we disconnected the throttle lines. So these lines go to the throttle here. And we got those lines disconnected. We disconnected part of the airbox by just loosening this up and yanking it off. Got these lines also loosened up and numbered so that when we take them off, we know this one goes here, that one goes here, and that one goes here. I think that's a pretty good system for anything that has multiple pieces to it. Put one on one part and one on the other. 2, 2, 3, 3. So by doing all that, you'll be able to easily put everything back together. That's all we've gotten done. We did also drain the oil out of the car because we don't need the oil, and by everything that we're taking off, we don't want oil spilling everywhere anyways. So I actually just got some jacks and jack stands set up, and I'm going to be jacking up the car real soon. Adam is going to be on his way over soon, I think with his dad also, to help out. Yeah, that's him right now. He said he's on his way. Jordan will be joining us around 12:30 and is currently 9:24 in the morning. Plans for this car today, obviously we want to pull the engine, but first we're going to be starting with trying to drain the radiator so that we get all that radiator fluid out. And then just pull things like the coolant, the windshield wiper fluid, just empty this area out of everything and make sure that there's no other fluids that we have to drain so that we can easily just lift this right out. Obviously that makes it sound a lot more simple than it is, but we're just gonna have to make sure we label everything. I want to show you guys what everything looks like that we pulled already. So here's what I got going on. I got my toolbox and a smaller tool set. But here is what we pulled yesterday. We got this these rails that went on the front of the intercooler, well, the front top area. We pulled off this arm. This arm was holding on one side of the radiator, the intercooler. Pulled off the belt shroud, You know, this guy always is usually sitting right here. I feel like it's mainly just cosmetic to look good, but got that off. And then obviously the intercooler. So everything we have bolts. See, these are for the blow-off valve. We have the one for the throttle cables and for the intercooler. So everything's labeled in its own bag so that we know what to use when we're putting it back in.
We're connected to something here.
Yeah, I got a connector here. Hold up. There you go. Got it. Hey. You want to grab that paper towel? No. You don't need
it. So I did something. Goodbye.
Well, I don't know if we showed you guys much of that, but it's pretty much ready to come out. I think I hear a Subaru.
There's that washer.
Thank you.
Well, this is the scariest thing I've ever done in my car. She's now wingless. What's going on, Bri?
I'm just putting a bolt back in, but we pretty much got everything done, all disconnected. Got bolts out of the downpipe here where it connects on, so then we'll just be able to pull it forward. Disconnected all the bolts around the transmission also, so then it'll just slide off the rods there because we got some room to pull forward. Pretty much obviously everything's done. Sorry about this not being an actual how-to video because we really don't know much what we're doing, so we just kind of learned as we went. So I can't really teach her what I don't know. Yeah, here it is. This is, if you can see right there, an EJ20. There you go. That's whole transmission. Because it's still connected, we got to bring it off the bolts. So we're gonna have to pull this way as it comes up.
Wood motor.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, after all that. Johnny, yes. Sorry, you were taping that? Sorry.
Yeah, I got it. There you go.
Still clear. Yep. Good.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Keep going.
Yep.
One more. Yep. Great.
Okay.
Jordan, hop in, push the car out.
And I'm gonna take this stuff out from under it. Get in, and I'll take the stuff out.
Good.
Alright, straight, straight,
Okay, now straight.
straight.
There we go, yeah.
Motor's finally out after one day of working. Alright, hold on, let me take some pictures. Look at this CAD. Best motor.
go!
Best motor out there.
Larry thought today was gonna be a terrible ending because we didn't get it out. Thanks to our friend Kidanny. Follow him on Instagram at OneSlowCoop. We'll have it up right here. Messaged him last second. Was like, yo, I don't know what's going on. He had the answer, and that's what worked, and it's out.
Give him the high five. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Took 9 hours.
Alright, so sorry that this didn't turn out originally how I told you guys it would of being a how-to video. But with how little knowledge I really had doing this, a lot of it was...
How little knowledge any of us had.
Yeah,
I mean,
a lot of it was like...
take the intercooler off and the downpipe, that's about it.
Yeah. I got the intercooler off 2 days ago from this actual day. Without these guys, me and my dad got that done. There's a lot, his dad and my dad, a lot working together. Your dad has pulled motors before a lot as a kid and all that. He knows a lot of what he's talking about and looked up a bunch of stuff about this motor.
Dads for the win.
Dads for the win. Shout out to the dads. They really helped us get a lot of this stuff taken off. And then it really just came down to trying to get it out at the end. So we all really worked together midday, get all the stuff disconnected. Didn't show too much of that just because it was a lot of learning for us and just understanding what we were doing the whole time. Oh, so plans for this car. I never told you guys, I was thinking about going new short block. Someone else, Kidanny, suggested either a rebuild or a built block. Since I'm broke and don't have money for a built block, I'm doing a rebuild. So we're taking this to one of Adam's friends, and geez, I didn't turn it. He's gonna pretty much tear apart the motor, tell me what's wrong with stuff. I'm gonna try to be there for that to learn about taking it apart more and about what was wrong with it. And then from there, we're gonna go through what parts we need to fix the internals and everything. But yeah, that was today. Got everything out, disconnected. Car's outside now with the hood back on.
Looks like a monster truck.
Yeah, the wheel gap is insane without an engine in there. It's pretty cool, but here it is.
You know what, honestly,
Good old EJ20 says it right there. EJ20. Thank you guys so much for watching this. It didn't, whoa, it's really bright. Didn't turn out the way I wanted it to, of being a how-to, but you know, I think that's fine. Later in life when we have a lot more knowledge doing this stuff, and definitely we'll be doing a motor swap in the future if a YouTube career takes off like we'd like it to, where we have funds to be able to do something cool like that, then we would definitely love to do it more of a situation where we teach you what we're doing. But I think this is a good first experience. Definitely something I've never done anything like this before. A lot of learning, and it'll be really cool to go forward and taking it the rest of the way apart and then putting it back together and back in the car.
we got it done in a day, so that's pretty good.
Yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to click on one of the annotations at the end, either to subscribe or to keep watching some of our videos. We try to make some really cool content for you guys. We do like reviews, some other installs and stuff. We'll have some of those suggested right at the end of the video. So thank you guys for watching again. We hope you enjoyed.
Peace out.
Stay wicked.